out here on the boat with my dad. Say hi, Dad.
Hello.
And my mom. And we're gonna try to catch some lobsters. It's a beautiful day out today. I was editing this video and decided I wanted to do something a little bit different than a normal dive video where you just hear background music. I decided I'm going to narrate it a little bit, so I hope you enjoy. This was the first lobster catch of the day. My dad chased the lobster out from the rock and I was able to put my net on top of him and use my other hand to grab him securely in the net. Lobsters commonly make a sound to help fend off predators by rubbing a spot found on the underside of their antenna over a smooth file located on the side below their eyes. This guy here is a red grouper. You can actually keep red groupers, but they have to be 20 inches overall. This guy was probably more around 15 inches. This is a moon jellyfish. Although it has a sting, they pose little threat to humans. This orange coral you see in clumps is called staghorn coral. It's the fastest growing coral in the Atlantic, growing about 4 to 8 inches per year, and it's one of 3 of the most important Caribbean corals due to its contribution to reef growth and fish habitat. These 2 graceful swimmers are gray angelfish. They often swim in pairs or alone. This seemed like the remains of an old boat. And inside this giant pipe here was another gray angelfish. These spiny creatures are sea urchins. They are one thing you do not want to touch. Their spines can grow up to 12 inches and they help protect them from predators. Those yellow fish hanging out in the staghorn coral are called French grunts. And there's one little grouper there that swam way too fast before I could really identify what he was. Here are some more moon jellyfish, and unfortunately, yes, I did get stung by a few of them. They sting for a little bit and then they get slightly itchy and then you kind of just forget about them. In this spot, I swam down to check out 2 yellowjacks, which are actually very good eating. And then I noticed a small moray eel under this rock. I wish I would have gone closer to him, but I wasn't ready to stick my hand any closer to this guy. I tried filming this beautiful blue angelfish right when my dad spots a lobster, tries to catch it, and it tries sneaking out the backside of this coral head. Now this same lobster backed himself into a rock that he couldn't go under, and I was able to grab him with both my hands. Here is another species of angelfish. This one is a French angelfish. In this spot, my dad goes down for a lobster by himself. He wrestles with it for a little while, but there it is. He was able to get the lobster out. Good job, Dad. This giant school of fish is mostly filled with blue tangs but there is some doctorfish and chubs swimming along with them. This is one of the hardest spots to catch lobsters while freediving. With all these holes, it allows so many places for the lobsters to hide. As you can see, my dad and I are searching all over the place for the 5 lobsters that we had just spotted in the previous dive down. So this is that same spot. We finally located a couple, and I go on one side of the rock, and my dad goes on the other side, and oh, there's a lobster, you can see it. I try to grab it, but I missed it. So my arm's still in the rock I'm trying to reach, and my dad's on the other side, and my dad ended up getting one, but I missed mine. Good job on the lobster catch, Dad. And we actually anchored the boat so my mom could get in the water. And there's my mom. Hey, Mom. We're going to put the lobster in the bag so we don't have to swim it back to the boat right now. I spotted a lionfish in this rock and speared it. They are an invasive species that have a potential negative impact on native species and habitat. The Florida Wildlife Commission highly encourages to kill lionfish. They have 18 venomous spines that are used to defend against predators. This is a fish you have to be very careful around, as the spines can cause painful injuries if touched. As I was swimming the lionfish to the boat, I turned around and it had fallen off my spear, so I had to spear it again. These fish actually have beautiful white meat and are very delicious. You just have to be very careful while cleaning them not to touch the spines. Now we are at a different spot, and that brown layer you see on the surface is actually freshwater runoff. Freshwater has negative effects on the reef, but I'm not really going to get into that today. So we spotted a few lobsters, and my dad went down first to use the pole spear as a tickle stick to get the lobsters out from the rock. Now, lobstering takes a lot of patience. This guy wasn't ready to be netted yet, so I tried to wait for him to come out, but I decided to go back to the surface to get air. So on the second dive down, you can see my dad using the pole spear to coax the lobsters out from under the rock so that I would be able to net it. And that other one's coming out too, but I'm just going to net this one for now. And he's almost there. It takes a little effort. He tried moving, but bam, I got him. We put that lobster in the boat, and now we're going to go back down for that second one. Teamwork really makes lobstering easy while you're free diving. If you had tanks, you could spend as much time as you wanted down there to get the lobster out to be able to net it just perfectly. But when you're free diving and you only have one breath, you don't have that much time to get done what you need to. So having a dive partner makes it a lot easier. High five, Dad. And can't forget about my mom driving the boat. Good job, Mom. Now going down for that third lobster under this same rock. And my dad's going to tickle it a little bit. And boom. There we go. Nice. This is how I equalize while I'm diving. It's similar to equalizing like when you're on a plane, when you plug your nose and you pop your ears. Here is a baby nurse shark hanging out under this rock. They're typically the only sharks we see while diving off Fort Lauderdale Beach. We ended up catching 7 lobsters, but we had to let go 1 because it was too short. You can keep 6 lobsters per person, so we had 3 people on the boat. We could have kept 18, but we only caught those 6 keepers. And that one lionfish we shot, like I said, they're very good eating. We ended up blacking it up that night with the lobsters, and it was amazing. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you like this style video, let me know. Comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video.